I'm here at BGG 2014 with Brad from Level 99 Games. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
No worries. So, would you like to talk about some of your new games that you have out?
Yeah, so we have all kinds of stuff that's out and coming out. Our biggest, probably most well-known game is our BattleCON series. And this is like a Street Fighter for your kitchen table type of game. We have our big box Devastation, which came out early this year. And we ran a successful Kickstarter project, so we're now going to produce 2 more games in this series. One that's about half this size and has 18 new fighters in it, and one that's about a third of this size and has 10 new fighters in it. And all these are different characters, so you can mix them all together and have a really huge roster for games.
Okay. And how many players is the game for?
It's primarily for 2. This big box supports up to 5 because you have 2 versus 4 game, or 2 versus 2, and 1 versus 3, and 1 versus 2. And you also have big scenario bosses where one player can take, like one big boss character can take on 4 regular fighters.
And what kind of weight is the game? Is it easy to pick up or a kind of medium heavyweight?
It's about 5 kilograms, so it's pretty heavy. But no, it's easy to learn, but there's a lot of variety in the box.
Okay,
So,
excellent. And so you also have Argent?
Yes, Argent is our new game. This is going to be coming out in January. It is a Euro-style worker placement game, but with sort of a thematic American flair. So players who've played like Twilight Imperium and Arkham Horror, those kinds of big flashy thematic games will feel right home with this. But it also is built on the familiar worker placement engine. And you're all wizards at this university who are trying to kind of gain control of the university through this election that's happening. And you have to spy on the different voters on the election board and figure out what their criteria is for the new chancellor. And all your mages have their own powers, so when you place them out on the board, they do different things. Which is a nice twist on worker placement. But you also have a book of spells that you can use to affect the board in different ways. A lot of variety in it.
And how many players is that one?
This one is 2 to 5, and there's a small expansion for it, well, a medium expansion for it that makes it back to 6 and adds a new school of magic to the university as well.
And about how long does the game take and how...
About 30 minutes a player, and then an extra 30 minutes when you start up just to learn the rules, get acquainted with things. But it clicks pretty fast once you know what you're doing and where you're going. And then Pixel Tactics, this one in front is also one of those well-known games. And this one is a strategy card game. It's kind of in the same vein as Final Fantasy Tactics or Advance Wars or Fire Emblem for players that play that kind of thing. Will feel right at home with this one, except that it's head-to-head against your opponent. So you build a party of heroes, and each hero does different things based on whether it's on the front of your row or the middle. They'll have some support ability, or in the back they'll have some kind of spell or weapons ability or archery or something like that. And then each one of these is a complete 2-player game, and you can mix them together to play larger games with other players. So it's a very cool little system.
Excellent. And is that a game that would be suitable for a younger age group as well?
It's a little complex. Smart kids can handle it, no problem. But I do recommend like 12 and up to a big guys.
Alright.
And then Sellswords is our newest one. This is your family style game. And this one you have all these different characters on tiles, and they have a bunch of different abilities. And you play them out on this grid to try and attack and flip over your opponent's tiles to your color. And then controlling rows and columns that are a single color, you get a bunch of points and win the game that way.
And so what kind of age group that was for a younger?
This one, I mean, anybody can play this, and our strategy gamers love it. But even younger strategists can enjoy this one with their parents. So it's a great game to learn and pick up and play in that genre.
Excellent.
And then and we also have Power Play that's new this year. This has been out about 4 months. This is actually one of our first forays into role-play storytelling type games. This one, it's like like Dungeons and Dragons, where you narrate what you want to do. Like, I'm going to go to this location. I'm going to put a trap on this door. I'm going to try and make friends with the president. All these kind of things. But you're all supervillains, and you all want to kill each other. And so you actually use those kind of actions to set up traps and defeat the other players before they can complete their secret objectives.
So how many players is that one for?
This one is actually for 4 to 8.
4 to 8.
It takes about 3 hours to play, so it's more of a long format game. It comes with 10 different scenarios, and so you can play different storylines, or you can play the same storyline with different characters. There's like 13 basic characters and 12 bonus characters in the box that have all kinds of supernatural abilities. And so there's that great moment where your opponent pulls out their trap, and you flip over and reveal that you have some power that trumps that even. So it's quite a lot of fun. I have a blast every time I play it.
Alright. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It was great to show things off.